Hello, Jane.
Hello, Lisa. How are you?
I am good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Oh gosh, that was high, wasn't it? High.
Because you're so excited.
I am. Are you watching the Olympics?
Oh, I am. We've got it on all the time. We've been watching lots of swimming. We've been watching lots of gymnastics, of course. Yesterday I watched some dressage, which was
Charlotte no, I can't remember her name. I'll get it. I'll get it.
Well, I grew up riding Western. So, and I took English riding lessons a little bit when I was younger, but the whole dressage, it's so beautiful, and how they get the horses.
Really, well, it just takes years and years. She's quite local. Did you see the girl that won the bronze? Girl.
I did.
Lady.
Yes.
That's the lady I'm trying. She's got a French surname.
Oh,
God, I tell you, my brain is addled these days. But she doesn't live far away.
Okay, that's really neat.
Big equestrian area, this.
So beautiful. It is. It was absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, yes. Have you been watching the Olympics?
I have watched everything,
Yeah.
anything and everything. I've got this genetic thing from my mother, who also watched everything and everything, but did shout at the television a lot more than I do.
Oh, yeah.
But I love it. I've been watching the rugby. Oh my God, that's been exciting. The taekwondo has just been amazing. And you probably haven't had that aired over there because there's not really an American presence there, but it's just been so exciting, so tense. I mean, just everything, the tennis, and we haven't even got to the athletics, but the shooting was on, the kayaking was on this morning. I mean, you name it, it's just amazing.
Well, I think there's a 24-hour channel that I'll tune in sometimes, and we do watch a little bit of the kayaking down like the rapids where they have to go through. They've got the little colored poles.
Yeah, that's the kayaking. There was a new race on this morning that the women have been fighting to get integrated into the Olympics because there was just a men's race before, and this was the first year, and we got a silver. So that was really brilliant. See, I'm very up on this. Just don't ask me names.
Well, I love how there's so many first-time sports, like surfing. I was so into the surfing. It was.
Did you see the skateboarding?
Well, 13-year-olds skateboarding.
I know.
Yeah.
Cool.
And they were going off the
I didn't see it. I just heard it on the radio, which isn't quite the same.
We were watching it, and they were speaking a whole other language. I'm gonna get it completely wrong, but it was like, oh, and here goes, the athlete's name. And they did a double doogie into the back.
Boo-boo.
And then the triple kadoodie. And I'm like,
Whoa.
I have no idea. But it was
cool.
fun to watch. It was.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
And I love it. Well, shall we head to our kitchens then?
Well, it would be churlish not to, wouldn't it? Now we've talked about it.
It would be. Now everyone.
I haven't got to go far, have I?
Really
like Wonder Woman, I'm off to my kitchen.
Well, today, super excited to show you the Aki Tuna Poke. So as Jay and I were chatting about, it's a super quick and easy dinner, whether you're watching the Olympics or just want not to turn on your oven because it's way too darn hot, which it's kind of been like that here in the Pacific Northwest. So there's just some simple, easy to find, basic ingredients. First off, fish. You want to make sure that it's sashimi grade. I'm using tuna. You could easily use salmon instead. If you are in the Pacific Northwest, Wajimaya is a wonderful Asian market. You could actually buy this already cubed just like this in the freezer section. But if you can't find it, or you can't find it at your Asian store, if they're only selling the whole fillets, as long as they're sashimi grade, just ask the fishmonger to cut them into cubes because you want them into nice little cubes like that. So that's the fish. And then for the marinade, super easy. The base of most good marinades when it comes to Asian cooking: soy sauce. And then we've got some mirin. There's some ginger. And as you know, I love using already minced ginger because it's just easier that way. Got some rice vinegar. Got some toasted sesame oil, which I love using. And you can also, if you want a little spice, you can add some red pepper flakes, or you can add some sliced jalapeno with or without the seeds, depending on spice level. So all you do is you mix the marinade ingredients together, I've got my measuring cup. We'll pour it on the fish, let it sit for about 30 minutes. And then while it's sitting in the fridge, you can make some rice. Love using sticky rice. So if you do not have a rice cooker, save yourself the hassle. A rice cooker makes cooking rice so much easier. We eat rice all the time in my family, and I wish that I'd bought a rice cooker years before I actually did. No more messes on the oven, so much easier. So with that said, let's make the marinade. We're gonna do a 1/4 cup, and I like to use the low sodium soy sauce, just a little less salt, still just as delicious. And you can also use like the gluten-free. Alrighty, and then we're gonna do a teaspoon of mirin. Love mirin. This is rice wine. It's really good. And then want to make sure, oops, or a little bit more than a teaspoon. Alrighty. And then we're gonna do a teaspoon. We're gonna do another teaspoon fresh ginger. And a tablespoon of rice vinegar. I love rice vinegar because it adds a nice little bite to it. And then we'll do a tablespoon of sesame oil. And I always like to keep my oils in the fridge if I'm not using them very often. And then you just want to get a spoon. And what's really important too is you want to make sure you taste it, because if it tastes good now, oh, it's gonna taste even better when it gets all over the fish. You can also see if you want to add a little extra something. You might want to add a little bit of extra rice wine vinegar if you want a little bit more bite. Okay, I am gonna add just a little bit more rice wine vinegar because I do like a little bite. It tastes so good. Okay, mix that all together. Do another little taste. Perfect. So really important, taste before you marinate whatever you're marinating. Whether you're marinating chicken, fish, if you're not doing like a poke dish, but you're doing another marinade, always taste the marinade, because that way you can adjust the seasonings before you put it all over whatever you're cooking. So, over this goes. Yes, all of it. Give it a little toss. And then in the fridge, I like to at least put it in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. But you can even leave it in up to an hour, and it will taste delicious the next day too. So in the fridge it goes, and I will show you what it looks like when we all put it together. All right, back again. My ahi has been sitting in the fridge for about 30 minutes. And what I also love about doing ahi poke bowls is super easy to serve up dinner. I just assemble and cut up and prep all the toppings at a time, and then people can come through, they can fix their own bowls. Super easy, and it's especially fun for summer parties as well. So I'll show you what I'm serving with mine tonight. I've got the rice here, and again, rice cooker is totally key. But if you don't want to do rice, you can do another grain. You can do couscous or quinoa, or you can do just mixed greens. You can do a nice little salad if you want instead. And then, like I said, I've got the ahi right here. We've got some avocado, some fresh avocado, green onions. I've got some pineapple over here that helps cut through the spice. There's some cucumber as well, which I love. And I also made a little spicy mayo, which you don't have to do. You can just add more soy sauce or nothing at all. I like a little extra sauce on top of it. And I'm also going to garnish with some fresh cilantro, because I love that freshness of cilantro that kind of brings like all the flavors together. So we'll assemble this again, like super easy, great dinner for the nights you don't want to cook, because even though technically like the rice is hot, you're not actually cooking it, which is really nice. We'll do a little scoop. I always still like to toss the ahi a little bit in the marinade. Do a little scoop of the ahi. Make sure you're getting all that yummy marinade. And then we'll do like a little sprinkling. Here, like this. Here we go. A little sprinkling of the green onion. We'll get another spoon for, we'll do a few little bits of the pineapple over here. I like to kind of arrange them in like little segments because it looks pretty. There we go. And we'll do a little bit of avocado. I love avocado and poke. This literally is like going to Hawaii without actually ever leaving your kitchen. Get It literally tastes like the beach. It's amazing. All right, and then on top, do a little of the sriracha mayo. More of the sriracha mayo. Oh, you know what you can do too is you can do a nice good squeeze of lime juice, and I am going to get some fresh cilantro. Now, ceviche is raw fish that you marinate, but you marinate in citrus, like lime or lemon juice. So this differs because the marinade does not have citrus juice in it, which really like cooks the fish. That's why I like to add a little lime juice afterwards. Then we'll just do a little fresh cilantro on top. Leave this here for the next person. And I'm going to be really fancy. I'd use chopsticks, but look how good that is. You've got all the good toppings in there. Super quick, easy dinner, literally like 30 minutes from the time you start it to the time you actually are able to eat it. And that's my ahi tuna poke. So on to the next clip, and I'll put links for this below. Bye guys.
Welcome back to Blighty. It's me again, back in the kitchen. Oh God, Lisa's looked so delicious, that tuna dish. And much to my son's disgust, I am cooking with vegetables. And we are doing tempura. Nice and easy. Sounds far more frightening than it is, so let's crack on with that. Right, so this is what we're going to put into our tempura, but you can just pick what you fancy. I've got, let's go American and say zucchini or courgette. I've got pepper. I've got evenly sized button mushrooms. I've got some broccoli that I'm going to divide. And I've just got a few bits and bobs over here to dress my plate at the end, possibly with a dip. I've got some cold sparkling water to go into my tempura batter, which consists of corn flour, plain flour, and something that I've completely, well, baking powder. So you can see me here, I've just cleaned the vegetables and now I'm chopping them equal sizes and I'm popping them on some paper to take away the excess water. Mixing in the cold sparkling water with the flour, the corn flour and the baking powder, and it will make a great batter. So I've put some vegetable oil on to heat. This is corn oil and I'm bringing it up to temperature. You can see I'm testing the temperature and it's 180 degrees centigrade that I want from my vegetables. Depending on the size of your vegetables, it'll take about 3 to 4 minutes for them to cook in the hot oil. I've whisked the batter again. Now I'm popping the vegetables into the batter and very quickly putting into the hot oil. The size of your vegetables, they'll take about 3 to 4 minutes to cook, and then you take them out of the pan and pop them on some paper to take away the excess oil. So say the proof is in the eating, but I just want to show you how nice and crispy that is. Don't know if you can hear that. Hopefully you can. Right, so this is a bit of my courgette. I've put some ponzu sauce in a bowl with some radish and chili. Let's have a try, see what it's like. Seriously good.
I love that. I love that. And I love avocado as well. It's one of my most favorite things in the whole wide world.
It's so good. Well, especially when you've got the spicy sriracha. It just kind of cuts through. You've got something creamy. You've got like the crunch of the cucumber. You've got the sweetness of the pineapple. I'm all about, I think what keeps you coming back bite after bite is like to keep your palate interested in what you're eating and have different textures and different flavors going on so that you're like, oh, I'd like another bite.
So I know I keep harking on about this, but I'm no mayonnaise fan.
Oh.
So Could I put the sriracha into a natural yogurt or something like that
Absolutely.
as an alternative?
Sure,
Yeah,
absolutely.
thank
Or
you.
you could just do a little extra soy sauce. You could do a little chili. You know, you could use like the chili sauce that
And
they make. There's an
of
Asian
course, not to forget the tip that Pamela gave us about if you're using soy sauce, always put a pinch of sugar into it to bring out the umami sort of qualities of it.
Exactly, which I did not do, but I'm definitely going to do next time.
Yeah, I've started doing it, and she's absolutely, well, of course she's right.
Of course, she's right. I need to remember that. That's a good. Thank you for reminding
Just a
me.
little pinch, and it just brings out a different level.
I love that.
Different layer, I would say.
I love that. Well, and I like your tempura. Looks.
Thank you, Mrs. I appreciate that. They've all been eaten.
All done. Hope you never lasts long in our house.
Oh, there's just nothing nicer than tempura to snack on, is there?
It's so good.
Yeah. And I think actually, I know it's fried, but it's a great way of getting vegetables into children. I think
absolutely
they are more likely to try a vegetable like that than they are sort of slapped on a plate.
Exactly. Oh, absolutely. My kids would definitely eat tempura and vegetables in any dip. So anything you dip their
definitely.
vegetable in.
You could do a nice tomato dip, couldn't you, for children?
Oh,
they'd love that.
Oh, you could. Or even just my kids just dip their tempura in soy sauce.
Yeah.
Or you
Put a bit of honey in it, maybe, just to sweeten it up for them. That'd be nice.
Ooh, or a little soy sauce and mirin, I bet would be really good with a little pinch of sugar.
Yum.
Delicious. That looks
so
wonderful. Well, this was a fun episode.
I know. The trouble is I'm hungry again now. I'm just always hungry at the end of these videos.
Well, if we've made you hungry, which hopefully we have, links are all below. Links for the recipes are below. And yeah, I know what we should do. Wouldn't this be fun? Why don't people watching make a comment on if you could be brilliant, amazing, the best at any Olympic sport, summer or winter, what sport would it be?
I love that idea.
Let us know. Okay, so we should give them ideas. So what about for you? Which sport would you want to be amazing at?
I would love to be amazing at tennis.
Ooh, good one.
Because I'm not. But, having watched some of the more unusual sports, and I'm a bit of a pushover, so I would like to be a little bit more gutsy, and I think I would go for the taekwondo because that has been amazing. You need to Google that. It's been amazing.
I'm going to go hunt that down. Yeah, I think it's hard because there's so many fun sports, but I think for me, it would be surfing. I love that it's an Olympic sport, and I think I love the water. I have surfed a bit.
You look like a surf babe.
I surfed a bit in high school, in college, just a little bit. Definitely.
I would, the surfboard on the sand that they teach you. I would fall off that.
It's
on the sand.
My balance is definitely not as good now as it was when I was younger. But I think if I could be brilliant and amazing at any sport, I think it'd be so fun.
So you're going to be a surfer. Well, of course, that's excellent because it was an American lady that won the gold medal.
The very first. I love about this year's Olympics too is that there's so many firsts.
Oh, it's been brilliant. I mean, take my hat off to everybody over there. They've got no support of their families and friends, and they're really giving it them their all, and hats off to them because they are just superstars.
Exactly. So thanks for watching, everyone. This was amazing. Tune in next week.
It's been good fun. Thank you ever so much for joining in with me. I loved it.
It's always fun to see you. And everyone that's watching, if you like what you see, click the like and subscribe button. And we'll see you next Friday for another Foodie Friday episode. And in the meantime, good luck in the Olympics.
Yeah, enjoy it and let us know what superstar you are going to be in Paris in 3 years' time. Oh my God. I just realized Paris. There's going to be no stopping you in 3 years' time, is there?
Nope.
You're going to be hyper. You French lover. You.
Exactly. I can't wait.
You have been duly warned, everybody. You need to clear out in 3 years' time because
Yeah.
Lisa is gonna be embarrassed.
Excited.
Okay, sorry, I'm making no sense.
Today with my croissant and my espresso,
Your baguette
my baguette, and my fromage.
and
Already.
ouvre le fenêtre, because that's all I can remember.
Merveilleux.
Okay, everybody, we've gone off on one again.
We've got on again. Thanks for watching, everyone.
We'll see you soon. You take care, everybody. Lots of love.